it's a toss up. This at the 1,000, I saw a section and I took it. I'm like, man, I don't know. There's probably going to be people camping there.
Yeah, I don't know.
And during the race where we were stuck, and I was like, fuck, I'm going to take it. And then come up off the jump, and there's campers there. And I just had to slam on the brakes.
Oh, my God.
I had to turn around. Larry Rossler gets by me. I'm like, God.
Damn, I should have stayed on course.
I should have just stayed on course.
But it's a risk, man. You don't know because it could have made up 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Or it could have, or lost you 10 minutes.
With great risk comes great reward.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believe me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic got to say. I got them picking up the pieces.
Yo, we're back. I didn't cut it short this time, so the whole song play out, and we're back.
We're back, guys. If you guys have been listening, we've come off of a lot of awesome podcasts, a lot of awesome guests.
Yep.
Make sure you like it, share it, tell your friends about it.
Go give us 5 stars if you like it. Give us 5 stars on Apple and Spotify.
We would appreciate that. There's tons of information out there. I think a lot of people would enjoy listening and hearing. Yeah. And with those 5 stars, that just helps more people get access to it.
Yep. And today, we got one of my favorite trophy truck drivers in the house. We got my boy, Mikey Lawrence. Lawrence Equipment Team. They've been veterans of off-road racing for a very long time. And they're killing it, man. Mikey, welcome to the podcast, dude.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me. Yeah, it's crazy you say veterans because it doesn't seem like that. That's crazy,
It still seems so young to you guys,
yeah,
huh?
I mean, we started racing in 2007, and now that's a while ago.
It's been a while.
Really, 2007. Because I mean, I've been in part of racing my whole life, a fan of it. I feel like, Lawrence Equipment, that name on the side of a truck has been around for so much longer than 2007.
Yeah, I know. It seems longer. Well, as far as my family-wise, we've been invested in a lot of different racing, so you might have seen it somewhere else as far as with Gibson and other motorsport stuff. My brother used to race watercraft jet skis professionally.
No way.
Yeah, so I mean, he was racing across the country when I was like 7 and 8.
So crazy.
That stuff. We had a BMX team at one point, and now we're in the off road. So.
I feel like a lot of people have raced jet skis that you don't really know. There's a lot of people in our industry that have come from jet ski racing.
Well, that's what it was. It was honestly like one of the biggest motorsports.
It was like Supercross.
Yeah, it was Supercross for sure.
It was Havasu World Finals. It was crazy.
The huge giant stands at the Nautical when they used to have the giant stands all wrapped around all the way to the Nautical.
You remember Jet Jam?
Oh, yeah. Jet Jam was awesome.
Jam was awesome.
At Orange County, at the pond, right?
Yeah, the pond when they dammed up the river and had it there. Wasn't that epic? I mean, that was a way back, too.
That was way back. They had to be like...
I remember that. I was riding my scooter around. I think they had amateur races, and my brother raced the amateur races
That's
there.
so crazy, man. They had to be late 90s, huh?
Yeah.
At least, yeah. I mean, I was young with my dad and everything. You know what's cool about jet skis, though, is I feel like it's making a comeback.
It is a little bit. For sure.
My son, he just turned 17 yesterday, but him and all his friends are huge into jet skis.
They're on stand-ups.
They're all on stand-ups.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I get out there riding, and they're fun.
They're so fast.
Essentially, if you like dirt bikes.
So fast.
I mean, if you like dirt bikes, then you...
Yeah, you like jet skis.
Yeah, you like jet skis.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dude, they have improved so much over the years. Now they're 4-stroke. They're fast as heck.
Well, they're 80 out of the box, I think, right?
It's nuts, dude.
I can't imagine hitting the
It's
water.
so scary.
Yeah, definitely. My brother built a couple playboats that he has. He lives in Texas now, and he built a couple playboats, and they're insane. Just the playboats, just with the minor mods. It's insane.
It's
so much fun,
so
dude.
wild. So now, did you race jet skis?
I didn't race at all. I wasn't really into jet ski racing as much. I was into the dirt stuff. I wanted to race motocross like my dad. My dad used to race motocross in the late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah.
He was on the Yamaha B team.
No way.
He raced with Ricky Johnson and stuff.
Dude, that's awesome.
Like when Ricky was like in 85 cc's, my dad was in like he was like the 250B rider, basically. Yeah. He was an R&D rider.
Still a super epic rider.
No, it's awesome.
Yeah.
He was a research and development rider and a B team rider for Yamaha for the I think like 10 years or something.
Dude, that
like
was epic years too.
Yeah,
those were epic years.
Yeah, with all the greats back then. So it's cool. It's weird and cool because like my dad. I'll hear stories from my dad, and I'll be like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You don't have to feel real.
Now I'm racing with Ricky and in trophy trucks, and I'll see him and I'm like, oh, your dad was so fast and all this other stuff. I'm like, oh, shit, he was telling me.
Like, it was real. He wasn't lying to me all these years.
Yeah, you are kind of cool, I guess.
It's crazy. You know what I mean?
We never look at our parents like they're cool, you know? Like, we always think, like, oh, just my parents, you know? They're not cool.
Yeah, no, Yeah,
he was cool.
He was cool, and I got the foundation. And it was like, obviously Ricky's like a superstar, so I looked up to him too. So I was like, oh wow, that's cool. But no, I rode moto, did some small racing, just here locally, nothing crazy big or anything like that. And I really wanted to do it hardcore. But my dad broke his back at 19 and wasn't supposed to ever walk again. So my grandma was really like not having it.
Didn't want you to go through that.
To go full time, spend the money and get a rig and all that stuff. So my grandpa and I came back, well, what if I was in a cage? You know what I mean? So,
well, that's safer, right?
Yeah, right? It is. Fire suit.
Yeah, exactly. Helmet, you're good.
So we went searching around, and I bought a used 10 car off of this guy named Brian Burgess. He used to have a few buggies that prep all the time, and it used to be the All-American Girl car, and Robbie Gordon's sister, Tara Dakitas, and a bunch of other like celebrity type girls used to race it. And after they raced it one year, then we bought it, and
that's
got
awesome,
got
dude.
into off-road. Yeah.
So that was your first 10 car.
That was the first race car, first 10 car.
Back in 07?
07.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and the 10 class was huge then.
It was huge back then.
Giant.
It was huge.
It was probably one of the
awesome.
most competitive classes there was.
It was, definitely. It's like what the trophy truck spec
The spec class is now, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of jumped up into that.
They all moved from the 10 classes back then now up to
They did,
the
definitely.
Well, and for
spec
people
class.
that are listening don't know, I mean, a 10 car is a beamed car, right?
10 cars are they could either be A-arm or beam cars, so it's unlimited suspension, limited motor. So it was like either the V-Dub or a Ecotec or Honda, basically.
So, I mean, suspension-wise, geometry-wise, you could do whatever you wanted to, whatever you felt was going to work.
It was limited motor to a 4-cylinder, either like a water pump Ecotec, or it was you got more CCs and you could run a V-Dub dual carb, and that's what used to be like what was ran back.
That was
in
like
the
the
day.
fast thing. Everyone
Now
wanted
you
that.
see Ecotex.
Well, because of weight.
Ecotex,
because of weight and just reliability.
Yeah. And I mean, you could run any transmission you wanted, right?
Yeah,
any
you could run
gearbox?
any H pattern, sequential, whatever you want. Yep.
Okay.
And some people had single seat and some people had 2 seats.
Yeah, some people like to do the single seat.
Yeah.
Some people and you got more CCs if you had 2-seater for more weight.
Oh, that makes sense.
wow.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, because it was weight to power ratio
Yes.
almost at that point.
Yeah.
Okay, so at that point, you're pumped.
Yeah,
Got a
super
race
pumped.
car. You're like,
Yeah.
holy smokes,
Yeah,
we're
We're doing this.
Gonna go racing. I mean, what was
Yeah.
your mindset going into it? Were you like, I'm gonna dominate, I'm gonna kill it,
I in high school, I really just got into the sport and wanted to build like a Ranger, like every
Yeah, of course.
SoCal
Everyone
kid.
wanted a Ranger, man.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
my grandpa saw that and what a waste that was, and he's like, "No, I think if we're gonna do it, let's do it, and we'll get a buggy or whatever." And then once I got into it and started learning it, definitely over our head, definitely a lot of brakes, few DNFs, but got going and just started racing. I really just got thrown out. I raced one more race, which is a local series here up in Barstow and Lucerne and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then went straight to Baja and started racing.
What a jump,
So
dude.
it was really like a throw in the deep end, but that's how my grandpa is. He's like,
He's
we're
go
gonna
for
do
it.
it. Let's do
Let's
it.
do
And
it.
he
Well,
loves Mexico. so.
Barstow's a rough course
gnarly.
too. I mean, if
No,
you
it's
can go
gnarly.
finish well, do well in
Yeah,
Barstow, then
definitely.
I mean, you have the ability to watch out for just hazards because
Yes.
there's a lot of them in Barstow.
Yes. No, there is definitely. And I back in like when I started racing too, I felt like Baja, everybody went to Baja to go for the smoother roads and have more fun down there than like Barstow. Now Baja's so torn up.
It's
dude.
so torn up.
It's just torn up.
You think it's torn up
Barstow.
because of racing?
It's so torn up. My opinion is because ever since Sal sold Score, it's really been hard for the new owners, it seems like, to make deals with the ranchers and go through the roads that we used to be able to go through.
Got it.
So the I'm probably gonna botch it. They call them the Alijes, I believe they call them. They're the rancher owners.
Yeah.
And they're powerful down in Baja. They're like the community. They're the community. They got a lot of hearsay and whatnot. And if you can't agree with them, then you just got to race the
government land.
The government public land. You know
Which
what I
then
mean?
there's a whole other level of
there's a whole
problems right there.
There can be, but so it just seems like we're running a lot
The
of the
same lines
stuff.
over and over and
A
over.
lot of the same course. It's either we run it this way, then we run it backwards.
Or you
we
run this line first and go around this way
Because
instead.
this year they're going to run it backwards now,
Yeah,
right? Coming
this
down
year.
from the bottom
Yep.
up to the top.
Yep, this year we start in La Paz and we come end in Ensenada.
Now, what
Wow.
do you prefer? Do you
Yeah.
prefer running down or running back up?
I've never ran up. I've always ran down. I could see how bringing the economy down there for like the start, the finished, only maybe quarter of the people make it.
Yeah,
to the finish.
everyone goes
You
for
know
the
what I
start.
mean?
Yeah.
Let's be real. So
Yeah.
I think it's cool to get all that down to La Paz so they can get a lot of that money before the start and get
That's good.
all the teams down there
Yeah.
and stuff like that. but it's nicer down there.
It is nicer down there, but logistically, that's way harder to get everyone down there for the start.
It's not.
And for people that don't know, I mean, we're talking about the Baja 1000 or the 500, where you're taking full race teams, staffing. Some people have over 100 people, right? And you're going down and setting up essentially a shop at the start with satellite shops all the way along to the finish. Yeah. And then everyone then chases you all the way up to hopefully the finish, right?
Yeah, hopefully that's
that's always the goal.
That's always the goal. It just depends how teams want to do it. Logistically, like what we try to do, if they're in the middle of Baja and they gotta pit the truck in the middle of the night, they probably will just stay there for a couple of days, pit the truck, spend the night, get up the next morning and start heading
and go home. So
we have like Raptors that really chase during
the whole time,
from like when we come out of a highway or back into a highway or whatnot, that really chase the whole time. Those guys have it hard for sure. They're up all night,
the same time you guys are,
and their adrenaline is pumping just like ours for sure. Because
you gotta get to the next spot.
It's tough now how fast these trophy trucks are running.
Because the highways you can't go as fast. It's a longer route.
Sometimes we'll get on a graded road and it'll be faster than the highway.
You're doing 100 plus miles an hour.
So you gotta have a lot of people, and it's an expensive hobby. That's for sure.
So you went from you started 10 car.
Yes.
You guys, both feet in.
Yes.
I mean, at that point though, did you even know how much you had to do up front to even prepare for it?
Not at all. I was kind of just thrown into it for sure, and had no idea what it really taken, how many people, and everyone likes to say, the finishes and the wins are done inside the shop on the prep. That's for sure. You can't skip inside the shop on the prep because you'll feel it out there on the course.
You guys made a name for yourself in 10 class too.
Yeah, we won a few championships. I won 3 championships. I won in 09. I won every score race except for one.
Damn.
And I tried to pass Bryce Menzies and ended up making I flipped. So I finished second.
Still awesome, though.
Still finished second.
Yeah, still awesome.
The guy that passed me got a flat, so I got back by him, but Bryce beat me. So
Damn it.
Yeah.
Damn you, Bryce.
09 was an awesome year
That's amazing, man.
Bryce was racing with Larry Job in his single seater.
Yeah.
And we were both racing score and best in the desert, which was a really tough year to prep and go back to back. And him and Larry won best in the desert, and I won score.
That's awesome.
That was a really cool competitive year in class.
That is rad.
That's for sure.
When you're speaking of prep, I mean, there's certain ways to prep a car, right? You can prep just moving components, or you can prep, electrical, but you can tear the whole car down, put it all back together, and then, I mean, where do you stop with a prep? Because you're essentially racing a brand new car, right? I mean, all your bolts, all your hardware, all your heims,
it just depends on, let's say, the 250, for instance, with the trophy truck, it won't completely come apart.
Okay.
We'll check all the suspension, and if some of the uni balls or the heims still feel brand new, we'll leave them in there for the 500. That's how far all these heims and stuff, they're massive, first of all, for the trophy trucks.
And they're made really strong nowadays.
But nowadays, if you buy the highest grade things, you're getting your money's worth. You're going to be able to race it for a couple races.
And then,
and you're getting the miles out of them.
And now with spec, too, you have half the horsepower, so you're not tearing up the gears and whatnot more. So people that are maybe more on a budget, they could leave their tranny in there for 2 races. No problem. They could leave it in there for the 250, 500 for the most part, and get away with it.
As long as they're not hammering
as they're not hammering overly and whatnot. So that's what's nice about the spec class and why there's been so many people going to that, because
it's more affordable.
It's more affordable. You don't have to turn around the parts as much to make it to every race. Trophy truck, you got to prep everything every
So
race.
did you go from 10 to
straight to trophy truck? Yes, I did. Which was a big of a jump.
Yeah,
it was a big jump.
Definitely.
But you're also in 10 for a long time.
Yeah, I was in 10 for definitely a long time.
What, 13 years?
It was 10 years, 13 years. Yeah, 10. It was. And then jumped up in trophy, which was a big jump for sure. I think this last year, obviously with my results, I've blossomed a little bit more in the class, just speed wise, the truck, learning the truck growing. And
now, what year was that when you jumped into the trophy?
2017.
17. And whose truck did you go with?
Terrible Herbst.
Now, there's a ton of options for trucks out there, and everyone's trying to move forward. And according to social media, there's a ton of popular ones and not popular. What made you land with the Herbst?
I reached out to a couple of builders and some of them didn't really reply to me.
Okay.
And
Wow.
I had a family friend that worked at Herbst, and he's like, hey, you should just come look at our trucks. And then they actually reached out to me too, because I have another, long story short, my grandpa's nephew works for a company and they distribute to all of Herbst's stores.
Okay.
Nice.
So it's just kind of a in the family type of thing.
Yeah.
And we went over, looked at the trucks, and we liked them. One thing I will say about the Herb Smith Fab trucks is they are everything you need but simple. Like prepping them and whatnot you look at, there's not a bent tube on the whole chassis. It's all straight tubes.
Wow. Okay.
Like,
so everything happens, you just cut it off. You can throw a new one in there.
Super, super simple, but you got everything that you need in it, and we just felt like that was the right way to go. And they're local people instead of having to fly to Arizona for Geyser or anything like that.
Wherever else.
And Mason was really just starting to blossom. They only had Andy's truck,
that's
two-wheel drive
true.
truck at the time,
Yeah.
and they were just building Andy's all-wheel
I
drive
feel like they're
truck.
so new still.
They were very new, so it was. Especially 5 years ago, all drive like, nah, they're not there yet.
Yeah, they weren't there.
They weren't there, but now that's a completely different story.
Yeah. But the Herbs have been embedded into off-road for as long as I can remember.
And the package that came with the chassis and the car as well, the customer support is unreal. It's nice. Like they got stuff sitting on the shelf. I mean, I could call them.
So cool.
If I got a fender all of a sudden or something, I call Todd down there and he's like, yeah, man, I got one here. Just send somebody or I'll ship it out to you, whatever you got to do.
That's awesome.
See, that's a massive deal right there. Be able to have it right now, especially with the racing, man. You need it now.
Yeah, you need it.
You can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have time to
Can't
wait.
wait. And the industry has definitely gone more that way with like Herbst, Mason, Geyser, and Brenthal, where it's more arrive and drive now. If
it is crazy,
you know what I mean?
I feel like Brenthal, that's like almost all they're doing.
Yeah, that's all they're doing. Definitely, they're doing a lot of business.
So what's like arrive and
trucks?
drive? So they have trucks. You rent a truck and go race it.
Basically, if you want to purchase it and it be your truck, and then you do a separate purchase where they keep it, they prep it, they pit it, and you just show up with your suit and your helmet.
Wow.
Basically, or they do the other where they rent it and just rent it. Basically.
And they
just
send you a
rent
big
it.
giant bill for everything you break and destroy.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yep. Pretty much.
Yeah, I was always curious about that. It's like, dude, how do you rent a trophy truck? Because you know you're going to destroy stuff on it.
There's a clause you definitely got to write, you know.
And I'm sure, like, too, I mean, you're paying for the prep and everything afterwards, too. I mean, there's
the before prep and the after prep. Sure, everything.
I bet it's not like renting an Airbnb.
No, it's pretty
There's probably a much larger, heavier cost involved with it.
I mean, Baja 1000, especially a peninsula run, you'll spend $150,000.
Insane.
Like,
No problem.
No problem. Yeah.
So explain to us how many chase trucks you guys have, how many actually like full pit trailers, everything you take out there. Give us the whole lowdown on your crew for a peninsula run.
For a peninsula run, it's at least 5 to 6 pit stops. I don't have enough crew and whatnot to do that myself. So going into customer support, we usually team up with Herbst.
Nice.
And what we did the last peninsula run is they didn't have enough guys to do all the pits as well.
Wow.
So we evened out. Nobody charged nobody. We all just pit each other's trucks.
Dude, awesome.
Everybody got each other's fuel and tires to everybody. So it was a real nice
that
team
works
effort.
Out great.
But it was all of 6 pits, which is a lot. And each pit needs at least 6 guys, usually 10 guys, to do a trophy truck.
Really, for one pit?
For one pit. For
10
one truck.
guys?
Yeah, you got 2 guys to take off tires, 2 guys to assist them to stage the tires, 2 guys, 1 guy to stab the truck, 1 guy to run the fuel pressure pro, 1 guy to stage the truck to make sure nobody takes off and runs anybody over.
Yeah.
And then at least 1 or 2 other guys to look at all 4 corners to make sure nothing's...
And someone's there making sure you guys are okay with water. And you have to do cloths.
And at least one person to hand water.
Eat the sandwich real quick, take a bite.
Exactly. Yeah, that type of stuff.
Wow. And that's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people. That's why when you see like these guys like Menzies and McMillans and stuff like that, they'll probably have 200 guys at a race. Like
insane.
I'm probably being a little
but still,
dramatic about it, but I could see
like that's no
problem.
But at that point, when you spend that much money to go down there, where do you stop?
Yeah.
When is enough really enough? I don't think it ever is. You just do everything you can.
You just do everything you can, really, and sometimes you just everything you can with the budget you have. You know what I mean? Like I'm going down there with half the budget and half the guys.
Yeah.
And this year we got 2 top 5s.
That's
and we got
amazing.
3rd in the championship, 7 points behind Dan.
Dude, that's huge.
first two-wheel drive, I would say. You know what I mean? So like it's
that's a win. Like that's ultimately a championship right there.
Yeah, it just goes to say how well you prep it in the shop, and your I would say just time down in Baja too racing. It's a big part of it too.
I mean, because when you're racing, are you going through a lot of familiar areas?
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. You know, we're always going familiar. You're like, when the map comes out, we're like, okay, we know which road he's taking here.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, that one's a new one. Like that little 20-mile section.
Do you pre-run those sections more? Those sections you don't know?
Sometimes. Usually it's like what we all usually do is we'll go do one big lap and just kind of get our bases down, and we'll stay. This is what I do. I'll stay on course and then mark where there's potentials anywhere.
Yeah.
Because just to let everybody know, nowadays there's a course, but we go VCP to VCP.
Yeah.
Nobody really stays on course the whole time.
Okay.
So it's really turned it into kind of like a Dakar type thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's not like we're running off a rule book. We still have a GPS. It's way easier than I would say probably Dakar. But we're running VCP to VCP. So there might be a 50-mile section that does this big old loop, and there's not a VCP in the middle of the loop, and you find one that cuts it. They say, yeah, that's legal. But if you get in an accident 200 yards, I think it is, off of the course, you are not covered under score insurance. You're your own liability. So if you take out a spectator, you know anything like that, it's on you. So it's a
give or take.
It's a give or take thing, man.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's why you've seen some of the guys like McMillan's, Herps have ran into a couple of guys like Easy Ups and stuff like that. They've either gotten time penalties or they had to pay for the people's equipment and stuff like that. So it's toss up. This at the 1,000, I saw a section and I took it. I'm like, man, I don't know. There's probably going to be people camping there.
Yeah, you don't know.
And during the race where we were stuck, and I was like, fuck, I'm going to take it. And then come up off the jump, and there's campers there. And I just had to slam on the brakes.
Oh, my God.
I had to turn around. Larry Rossler gets by me. I'm like, God.
Damn, I should have stayed on course.
I should have just stayed on course.
But it's a risk, man. You don't know because it could have made up 10 minutes.
Exactly.
Or it could have, or it lost you 10 minutes.
With great risk comes great reward.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know how close you guys are, man. You guys are within seconds.
Yes, we are within seconds
of each other.
Crazy, especially all the all drive tracks. They're
so close. It is unreal.
What are your thoughts on like Starlink and everything kind of coming into?
It's awesome.
Yeah,
it's definitely been a game changer down there for sure. We have a thing called MSAT. It's a SATCOM company that we all run. They're the white antennas that we all run. I would say it's now you can do either. It's almost to a point where you do either or, and the Starlink's probably cheaper. Honestly.
Wow, really? Smart.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's honestly probably cheaper.
And I know they're putting them on the chase trucks and like legit using them while they're driving.
Yes, they are now.
But here's 80 mile an hour is all you can do.
Yeah, so they came out with their own in-motion one.
Yeah.
So they when they came out with the original Starlink that were supposed to only be for like RVs and homes and stuff, there's a kid that was modifying for all the teams, and so people would put them on the chase trucks, and they were working in motion.
Yeah.
And then I think once Starlink got word of it,
that you guys are doing that,
so they came out with their own in-motion one, which is a little bit bigger and it is a little bit faster, and they disabled all the old ones to up to 15 miles.
Oh shit!
I think it's like 15 miles an hour. Or something
got it.
like
Okay.
that. So now you need to buy the in-motion one.
Oh, of course
if
they
you
do.
want it.
Yeah.
In-motion hauling ass one out. But they all did have them on their trophy trucks, like Bryce and whatnot.
Dude, I saw them put them
live streaming straight from their trucks.
That's so crazy.
It's insane.
Well, and that's huge, I think, for viewers too.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
We all love it, but let's just be real. TV sucks when you're trying to watch it.
That is the part that desert racing especially lacks on just exposure-wise is having, just...
It's pretty damn cool, though, when you can watch Bryce Fenzi's race Vegas to Reno all the way down.
No, it's awesome.
From the helicopter to the truck to the helicopter to the truck.
No, I was watching it, just being a fan of the sport.
It's cool, man.
It's awesome.
It's definitely insane. I mean, they're crazy budgets that they're throwing in on all that.
There's crazy budget.
Now, with that access and wireless internet access to the vehicle and the trucks, I mean, are you able from the chase trucks to be able to just monitor the engine, monitor stuff?
There's a bunch of different softwares and technology like you can buy to have your own tracking and whatnot. But the new Garmin GPS that just came out.
That's what everyone's talking about.
It's supposed to be a game changer, and I'm really looking into it, which
if you're building a truck,
I got to change every truck over and whatnot.
Oh, shit. I didn't think about that.
But I'm going to buy two for like the Raptors and try them out. And
see how they work.
Garmin came out with a new GPS where it comes with their own tracking. It's like it's like if you bought a phone from them. It's their own service, their own everything. it's a lot more simplistic to what is currently out there.
Okay,
and
dude, that's awesome. Then you know exactly
it.
where you're at the whole time.
Yeah, they just came out with
Sick.
it. Yeah, it's supposed to be a game changer.
That is awesome.
What shocks are you running on the truck?
King Shocks, they sponsor me.
King.
Yeah, Brett King, and I have a buddy Fadi that works over there. That
Smith, is he still doing any shocks or anything, or trying to get
No, they don't do their own shocks. They run Kings.
They do.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, they were building Herbst and Mike Smith. They were building their own shocks on their old
Yeah,
trucks.
old trucks,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're old home built.
That's
trucks.
awesome.
Yeah,
Insane, man.
But no, I run King. They help me out a lot. They give me pretty much free shocks and free service, and
that's massive.
It's massive, man. 30 shocks is like 40 grand, something like that.
Dude, insane. Well, that's
crazy.
where, I mean, you've been with King for a long time, right?
Yeah, ever since I started racing.
Yeah.
And like I said, I have been just family friends that have worked with them. There's a guy named Henry, I forgot botched his last name, Bird Dog, I think you say it.
Yeah.
He worked with Harley over at Lettner Racing for a long time.
Rad.
He has set up a lot of mine, Harley's truck, Grabowski's truck.
Oh, cool.
A lot of the Herbst trucks and some other people's. He's like, I didn't really gel with the service guy that Brett King has. His name's Uribe.
Yeah.
Some people gel with him, some people don't. But so I was lucky enough to have Henry.
That's cool.
Set up my truck, and he's a master at it. Definitely, shocks are huge. They're a huge part of it.
Massive
yeah,
part.
it's like-
I might be
dude,
the main part,
It is
right?
like the main part of it. It's intense. It's beyond my brain. I just drive it and tell them how it feels, and they
I don't like
figure-
a lift on this side or that side
They
or
figure
front.
it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know whether
I don't know how they're doing it, but they're doing it.
they're doing it. Yeah.
But you know, with tuning shocks, people think it's all in the hands of the shock tuner.
Yeah.
There is such a massive part that you play as a driver
Yeah,
to give
definitely.
them the
Yes.
tools
No, for sure.
to set it up.
Information. I have a buddy, Ray Griffith, that I kind of split last year with him. I had him come race the 500 and the 400 with me. He's a really good driver, and he's like same height, we're same demeanor.
It's so perfect for you guys,
It's like
dude.
a perfect fit, and we both, anytime we go test, I'm like, hey, you need to come out. We need to go test the truck, and we both talk to Ray, and he helps Ray with his truck. So it's a team effort.
That works out great.
For sure. But having two different drivers really helps on giving the feedback to the suspension guys.
I mean, because it's hard to sit there and sometimes focus on what the truck's doing when you're just trying to make sure it's staying upright on four wheels
definitely.
too, and you're going to stay on track.
You're just looking for comfortability.
Yep.
I mean, that's the comfortability and stableness, and that's what I hear. Like once a lot of people have got these Masons figured out, is like it's insane how the stability feels once they go into the corners. Now everybody has to brake like 50 yards before they used to because they're coming in so much faster.
Yeah.
But it plants and it hooks, and you're not.
But you're
fishtailing
into
over
it more, yeah.
Because before they would come into these berms and literally three-wheel opposite around the whole berm, and it was wild. And now they're more staying planted and driving through
like
turns.
a short course truck almost.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Speaking about short course, you guys were racing 10 cars, and then you jumped in the short course for a while.
Yeah, we raced short course. What was that? Like 4 or 5 years, I think it was.
Yeah, you're in long time then.
Something like Brent used to do all our photos and our videos and stuff.
Yeah.
It was fun. Raced pro lights with my brother, so we both were racing together,
Two-truck
kind of like a
team.
supercross thing, but with trucks. It was awesome. It was
That is
fun.
really
It was a really
awesome.
cool
Yeah,
program.
It was really cool. My grandpa kind of had a love-hate relationship with it. He was like, Mike, it's $1,600 a lap. You know that? I'm like, all right, Gramps. I understand. He's like, you guys look like a bunch of soccer moms in a parking lot out there because first turn, it's always first turn carnage. And
Yeah, of
whatnot.
course.
100%.
Yeah. So, but it was so much fun, and the exposure was just awesome when Lucas was at its prime.
It was. It was
for
so
sure.
big for a
Yeah.
while, man.
Yeah, it
you
was-
guys were in at the prime, so I feel like you guys got
We were.
in and out at the kind of the perfect
we
time.
we still have our hauler. Actually,
still have the rig?
Yeah, if anybody's interested in a hauler, I'm trying to sell it right now. Actually,
You guys, it's actually a really nice hauler too. So get on that.
It was the old Speed Technologies hauler.
Yeah.
no way.
That's rad.
Yeah.
Oh, so you bought it when they liquidated
Yeah,
everything.
when they
Harris
liquidated, we got a
liquidated
smoking
everything.
deal on it. Yep.
That's awesome, man.
I always wanted to buy that big truck that he had, like that, the one that they raced in Dakar.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the,
Oh, yeah, it's sick.
Like the 6-wheeler or
Yep.
whatever it was. I mean, I don't know what
Yep.
you'd use it for, but it should be cool
It'd
to
be cool to have.
Definitely
It's a
be
great
cool to
marketing
have.
tool.
For sure.
It's an awesome marketing tool.
So you guys are recently purchasing a new truck.
Yes, so we put a deposit on a new Herbst truck. We're gonna build a trophy truck, and then my old truck's gonna become a pre-runner for both my uncle and I, and we'll split
Perfect.
it and share it.
Yeah.
And my uncle has we first originally bought a spec truck for him, but going into this year, there's a spec truck with all the kids racing, like Pravorde,
Yeah.
all those kids. It was a little bit. He's like, man, I just hate racing with all these fast kids. I'm like, well,
they're so fast, dude. It's stupid.
I'm like, you're going to be a little detuned, but why don't we just enter you in Legends? There's only 4 guys that ever race anyway. You just got to finish.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we did this year. We entered a spec truck in Legends, and he finished every race in like second and third, and he got second in points.
Oh, awesome.
Dude, that's cool. I didn't know you can do spec trucks in Legends.
I mean, it's unlimited.
Yeah, so you can do whatever.
It doesn't matter. You know,
that's awesome.
It's just on your fault for not having the
if
power.
If he had a trophy truck, then he'd be actually, he'd be winning.
So we're reusing like my small block stuff that's in my truck right now.
Dude.
I'm gonna put in his
put
truck.
in the spec truck, and make it a trophy truck.
Exactly, and then use his Legend LS motors for pre-runner motors in my old truck.
Dude, nice.
Yeah,
just kind of swapping around a little bit.
Exactly.
That's perfect.
So what kind of pre-runners do you have right now?
We use our old 10 cars still.
Yeah.
We still have those. I have 2 in-house 10 cars that we built in 2011, and then I have a Ranger pre-runner with like a Camberg 3-link.
Is that Ranger? You always wanted, man.
Yep, I did finally get it. It's awesome. Thing's been awesome. So
it's such a cool car. Like it's just
it's old school.
You know it's
cool.
you, which is so rad.
It literally, I used to run parts for Lawrence Motorsports in it.
So awesome.
And then it became a pre-runner.
Now, how come you don't? You have 10 cars obviously already sitting there. I mean, that'd probably be more fun and fast to drive. But like, why haven't you jumped over to like UTVs and pre-runner stuff?
We did the UTV things a little bit. I don't have any affiliation with any UTV company, so I have no problem saying it. They suck. Like just pre-running wise, they break.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they're not reliable.
They just break. I mean, I haven't been in the new like Pro R or anything like that, which is pretty much like a damn near a 10 car.
Insane, dude. Yeah.
I mean, it seems like it. Like the motor, it sounds like a 10 car.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That seems, but I bought a few Can-Ams and just broke the front end off and this, that, and the other. So we just went back
really
to
pre-run.
running the 10 cars. I
mean, and you know it'll finish. You know it'll go.
We'll know it'll do the miles, and like sometimes, there'll be a hairline crack in the spindle or whatnot. But during reprep, we can at least weld it together.
Yeah.
and it won't break off.
Yeah.
So the UTVs have come a long way. I don't want to hate on them too much. Like it's crazy how they're finishing right now. They've come a long way.
Yeah.
But I'd rather run the 10 car or the Ranger.
Yeah, I get that, man. But even with these guys that are racing these UTVs, dude, they're not really UTVs anymore.
They're
either.
not, man.
They're fully custom chassis, everything.
Yeah.
All they have is the straight, the under chassis. That's the only thing left is
legal part.
The legal part.
They have all the stock pivot points.
Exactly.
Yeah, they have stock pivot points, but the rest of it's just fully built.
It is for sure, and it's always fun banging gears in the 10 car compared to being.
Dude, that's awesome.
Compared to being in a rubber band.
Well, it just feels like you're going so much faster when you're shifting gears.
Exactly, it does.
It's always just fun,
Exactly.
So all of this comes from Lawrence Equipment.
Yes, sir.
So give us a lowdown. What is Lawrence Equipment? I don't think people really understand what Lawrence Equipment is.
Yeah, it pays for all the fun. Lawrence Equipment, it's my family's business. My grandfather started it. I was actually counting. I think it's almost 40 years now, 40 years ago. We manufacture bakery equipment. So we make anything that's flatbread. So mainly tortilla machinery is what we mainly make. It's one of our sponsors, is one of our customers. So like basically anybody you see on the shelf at the store besides Mission is one of our customers for the most part.
Really?
Yeah, like Guerrero or Tortilla Factory, El Comal, which is their own brand of Cardenas. Cardenas owns
Oh, really?
it.
See, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah,
By the way, their tortillas are amazing.
Yeah,
they're
they
so
are.
freaking, and their chips are so good too.
They're made right over here off of Etowanda.
Are they really?
Yeah.
The nice, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's got like I think 4 or 5 lines of ours now.
That's insane.
And it's actually an ex-Mission guy that started.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Mission's right here.
Are they?
Yeah, Mission's right. Yeah, right. Mission's right
here.
Really?
You're right. They are.
Yeah,
right
Mission's right. The legit next street over.
We manufacture the machinery and we sell it to these customers. These customers have their own ingredients or whatever special to sell. You know what I mean? And then they dump them in our machines, and it's pretty much automatic machines.
Dude, it's like a mile-long machine.
So yeah, our biggest, baddest flour line right now. Sorry, I don't want to look.
You're good.
Be rude and look
no,
at
look
my
it up.
phone.
You're fine. Dude, you're good, man.
Totally fine.
60 press for like 8-inch tortillas will make 40,000 dozen per hour.
Wait, what? 40,000 dozen?
Yeah. Or no, I'm sorry, 40,000 bread. So 40,000 units per hour.
That's insane.
Yeah,
40,000 tortillas.
I mean, guys, when you think, just do some simple math. I mean, just take 40,000 and divide that by 60 minutes. And the simple math. I mean, that thing is just
pumping.
I mean, how do you even keep them down?
It's pumping, man. It's crazy. I'll shoot you. I was trying to email you some videos, but they're too big to go through. I have some promotional videos.
Cool. Send them over. We get them in.
I'll
People
send
see
them
them.
over to you just to get an idea. everybody eats tortillas for sure. That's
clearly I eat too many. I don't eat enough.
Our favorite things, dude.
It's cheaper than bread, and everybody in SoCal definitely eats tortillas. It's just something I've been born into. So I started in the service department, used to go set them up and whatnot at all the customers, and now we have another facility out in Banning. So we have 2 facilities, one in El Monte and then now in Banning. I live out in Banning and run the one out in Banning with my boy Pepe that runs it, and we're just growing like crazy right now, man. In Banning we only used to do rebuild lines, and we only used to do like 5 to 10 a year. I think this year we had to do 26.
Holy crap.
And then my brothers were opening somewhere. We're opening a warehouse for ingredients and for parts.
In Texas?
In Texas.
Wow.
And then we're also actually opening something up in Mexicali to...
No way, manufacturing?
Yeah, put some of the manufacturing down there just to benefit us a little bit. And we love it down there, obviously, racing down there, and we love the people, so... that's we're going. We're
kind of giving back down there too. And, dude, and they build them all over the world.
Yeah,
right?
so we're customers all over the world because anything flatbread. So our flour lines can make flour tortillas, obviously, but it can make pizza dough, pita bread, anything like that.
You have like chip fryers and stuff
chip
too.
Fryers.
Dude,
We
it's
make chip
so
lines.
rad.
So that's a corn tortilla line. Obviously, it's just all it is different. The cutter is different from a tortilla, and triangles for chips. That's all it is.
And you see them all drop in. They fry them too. It goes. Next thing is like it fries them all. Yep. It drops them out of that, bags them all. Like
big fryers. We had there's right next to Glen Helen. There's a customer, Anita's. They have our biggest chip line, and I forgot what it was. How many pounds per? I forgot what it was.
I'm sure it's probably some crazy.
But it's crazy. It was a nightmare putting in, but things is just huge.
And they run those things 24 hours a day.
They run 24 hours a day, and they do 1 day of sanitation. Basically, is what they do. Yeah. Yep.
And they go clean it one day, and they run 24 hours every day for the rest of 6 days.
So we have our own service department to try to service all of our customers. Dude. And we have a place in Europe that it's our dedicated service department with some spare parts to help.
So asking for a friend, do you have like personal size ones that can make it for like personal use?
Like if you go into Cardenas or like any of these small Mexican markets, we do make those size ones that are like in the back when they're making fresh ones.
Really?
Just not as much anymore because it just doesn't make sense.
It's not as much money.
There's a place in Riverside. I am drawing a massive blank, but they have like the little tortilla machine in the middle. Mm-hmm. And it just spits out tortillas, and then they hand them out like chips and salsa.
That's what, There's a place in Montclair that does the same thing.
And they're so fluffy and good. And then, I walk out all fluffy too because I eat so many of them.
No, definitely.
Dang.
Yep.
That is awesome. Yeah. I mean, how did he start? I mean, was he just...
My grandfather started, he kind of a crazy old, like he's 85 now, so they don't build them like that anymore. He loves hot rods and just been into motorsports and yada yada. But he started down in Baja at a strip farm, and then started working in a tortilla factory there, gained some knowledge, and then when he came back to the U.S., he started working for a few of our competitors, just being a salesman and whatnot.
Wow!
And then eventually went on his own because he just had some different ideas and didn't work out with
dominated them.
And now we. I mean, I don't want to be, but
not dominant, but yeah, pretty much.
We're definitely one of the top tortilla machine manufacturers. 100%.
So when I may be wrong, but it's been years since I've been there. Years ago, they cut us some signs for the old studio, and I went down there to give us a full tour and everything. I remember your brother telling me that you guys produce every part on those machines except for the bearings and certain things.
Almost.
In-house?
Yeah, in-house.
Everything in-house.
Yeah, we have a massive machine shop. So it's probably like 80% of the machines we manufacture, or the parts we manufacture in-house.
And that's so they have a deal with Haas, because a lot of the machines are Haas.
We have a deal with Haas Torrance, factory outlet of Torrance. They help us out. I mean, obviously we buy a lot of machines. And it's
for
back and forth.
It's
give and take for sure, but they give money to the race team.
That's so awesome.
So they're a big help. And we manufacture a lot of parts.
Wow. Dude, how many employees do you guys have?
So in El Monte, we have over 300 in El Monte.
Damn.
And now we're close to 150 in Banning.
Dude, really?
And we got another like 10 in Europe.
I remember like Banning, when I went there, it was just pretty much storage. You guys are just storing stuff there.
Do you remember like the race shop was like the second building over? I'm moving the race shop out now.
because there's not enough room.
It's slowly just gone to the next building.
And then you had the other building with all your grandpa's cars in it.
Yeah, so they're all in the last building together right now.
Oh my God! And then your cousin or someone has the feed store on the end.
Yeah, she moved to Arizona.
Oh, did she?
So
Nice.
it's not in there anymore.
So it's all now.
It's all Grandpa's Hot Rods in the race team right now. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
and
man!
So we got to move it because we need the space for production.
So what are you gonna do? You gonna build a shop?
We're building a shop. We have a 100 by 100 cement pad that's just across the freeway.
Cool.
We call it the Olive Tree Ranch.
Yeah.
We're gonna throw it over there.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that is so awesome, man. I mean, and tortillas are not going anywhere.
No, they're not going anywhere. Everybody eats.
It's almost more popular too.
We love tortillas so much. We figured out a way to wrap a salad with it.
Pretty much, exactly. Exactly, man. No, we're very fortunate, and it's just like you said. It's not just tortillas as far as pita breads, and then we have it's called the Snackspo. It's the snack expo for chips, basically, which is like our corn tortillas side of things.
Yeah.
It's in Orlando in a couple weeks, so we're getting ready for that.
It's called the Snack Expo.
Do you guys build a machine on the floor or something?
No, we usually bring like part of it, or some
to showcase part of it,
major component of it.
Yeah,
but then we have a nice display set up of all the
that's so rad.
videos of the machines. Yeah.
Dude, it's unreal.
Yeah, it's crazy, definitely.
That is crazy. I mean, you think about it, but I guess tortillas are everywhere, but you don't really think about the industry behind it and what's making it happen. You see them all over the grocery store.
The food industry.
There's a bunch in there, and I never knew Lawrence that's what it was for.
Yeah, a lot of people assume it's for tractors or something
that.
Yeah,
you just think equipment.
I guess I did think that.
We manufacture bakery equipment is what we do.
I mean, the coolest part, though, too, is that your manufacturing you have in-house to build all the machines is great for customer service, great for repairs, and it's great to maintain quality to,
definitely,
which is probably why, I bet that's probably a huge part of why you guys are at the top of the game is your ability to manufacture everything in-house.
Yeah, my grandpa's super into reinvesting yourself 100%. Whether it was not like whether my grandma didn't want to spend the money on this machine or not, he didn't care. He knew it was a risk, but he saw the reward in the end. He's one of those people that just can see things in the future. I really wish I had it.
Don't ask him to explain it. Just trust him.
Just trust him, and it's all come to fruition.
I mean, it's let's say it's worked, right?
It's worked for sure, man.
Yeah,
he's living the life right now for sure.
Well, but I mean, yourself, you're saying you're running the banning place.
Yeah, yep.
And that's 150 people. I mean, that's a ton of people.
No, it's a lot of pressure.
Personalities.
And you got to do it with a great team. We have a lot of great people on our team. I have a gentleman named Pepe that he's worked for us since I was like 8, so it's like growing up with him. Yeah. And he runs it with me, and we have his daughter there that helps run production. If we see a good person, we always usually end up hiring most of their family because it's a good unit. You know what I mean? And if they're hard workers and whatnot,
they come from a good breed.
They come from good morals, exactly. And my grandpa's super into that. So just reinvesting into your employees and into yourself, and you can't.
Dude,
things will happen. For
sure. Wow. Do you hire minors? Because
my son needs a job.
I mean, if he's anywhere towards El Monte or Banning, I do, man. As long as they have a work permit, I do.
Okay. You hear that, Chance and friends?
Exactly.
I got stock room. I got machine shop. I got cleaning.
He's been around machine shops his whole life too. He's been around Gibson exhaust his whole life.
I got a cleaning department that literally just sits there. Like when you weld these together, they have to clean the welds up. So
holy crap, man!
Scotch-Brite. We have stuff like that.
Hey, dude, that's what you need.
Sandblast and Scotch-Brite all day long, man.
Exactly. It's got to be done though.
Yeah, it's got to be done.
It's so important, man.
Yep.
So what's your end game with racing? Like when are you gonna say like I made it, I did it, I accomplished what I wanted?
Really I was just thinking about that the other day. But my wife jokes with me. She's like, "When are you gonna hang it up?" Like, because I had a 7-year-old son. He's gonna turn 8. She's like, "It's time to focus on the boy here." I was thinking about that, and I was like, "Man, it would be just so cool to have an overall 1,000. Like that's everyone's goal for sure, is to have an overall at the Baja 1,000." But I mean, just with getting the top 5s and third in points, I'm like, I don't know if I'm really going to ever top that.
Yeah.
Especially running 2-wheel drive against, the Menzies and the McMillans and the yada yada. So it's hard, but it's Baja. You always got to finish, dude. Mm-hmm. That's why.
I mean, you never know when you're going to come over a hill and run into a camper.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, but I mean, but you guys finished every mile last season,
right?
Yeah,
we got a milestone award,
which
so we
is
finished
huge,
every mile.
Man.
Both my uncle and I. Yeah. So
that's massive.
That's what you got to look forward to.
And only 10 people did that too, right, or something like that.
No, it's basically so they said it. It was a decent amount of people, but they said there was like overall, I think there was like 1,700 people that raced the whole season, including bikes and ATVs, UTVs, everything, and only 56 got milestones.
Still massive, dude.
So it's like a quarter of
dude. That's
actually finished every race.
Yeah. So that's the name of the game, man. Keep the wheels rolling, finish. You gotta,
and that's how you win championships.
Yep, exactly.
That is how you win championships, man, because you never know what's gonna happen. It's like you could have a bad race. Like, look at Bryce. He hasn't fished a 1,000 3 years now.
No, definitely. Yeah, he had a rough year actually this year. The 500, he popped motor and he didn't finish the 1,000.
1,000,
so, and just the 1,000, I was tied for like 4 people for 5th. 2 of them didn't finish. And then, so it jumped me right up.
It's so crazy,
another guy
man.
finished way behind me. So it's just...
you never know.
You just never know, man.
You're racing against Baja.
Yeah. I'd ask what your favorite race is, but we probably know that's down in Baja. But what's your favorite stateside race?
It was probably... Vegas to Reno is really fun. It's not really rough. It's more of like a rally style fire road type race. It's fun because once you get... up into Dayton, it's like
it is cool. The
like,
mountains,
like being up in Big Bear.
Yeah,
it's like pine forest rally type roads.
Temperatures drop a little bit.
I'd say Vegas to Reno right now. Vegas to Reno because there's no Parker.
That's true. So,
or it'd be Parker.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little politics here. Yeah. There's so many politics going on in the off-road world.
Right, for sure.
Especially with here.
Desert, too.
Yeah, with desert. Oh, yeah, especially desert.
There's so many series going on.
So many series going on. What are your thoughts on all that? Do you think it's affecting racing in general? Mm-hmm. Do you think it's pushing more people to Baja only? What's going on with that?
I think there was definitely a couple of years there. I think also what has to affect all this is like any recession or something like that.
Yeah.
And when there's any type of recession or anything, people don't go down to Baja because, let's be real, it's more expensive to go race down in Baja, 100%. But... a lot of people have been going down there the last couple of years to race, and it has been awesome because it's the only series that iRace just work really allows at this moment. Yeah, and just prep, not having enough vehicles to prep and go do other things. Yeah, but I think whatever's going on between Best in the Desert and Legacy and all that, it's definitely, I don't know if it's really helping or not, because like Legacy had their first race this last weekend. Yeah, and I talked to like Jason. You know what I mean. And he's like, oh, you need to come race through these races. They're really doing a good program. But it's just, I think once they get, there's just too many series right now.
Yeah, too many.
It's hard to land.
So you think it's going to be better if Legacy runs all of,
I think they need to buy out Best in Desert or something.
Yeah, I agree.
They need to get an investor and buy out Best in Desert.
Yeah, just get
what they need to do, man.
Well, I feel like Best in Desert's almost, maybe there's a way for them to crash.
Or they just go, or Best in Desert just goes all bikes and ATV, or you know what I mean? The ATV thing, because it seems like they're just more and more catering to that. Right now.
Well, that's what's like. Dude, Parker was so rad.
It was so rad. And I don't really know what fell through on there.
I'm sure it has something to do with the land and Parker and the state.
I know they always used to kind of like, because you go on part of the Indian land. But from what I heard, it wasn't the Indian land part. It was the BLM part. This time around.
They didn't have the permit for it or whatever it was.
They didn't have the permit for it, or they just didn't get it, or they didn't want to pay for it, or whatever it was. I don't know. But I think
it's all speculation.
I really wish, though, speaking of this, I really wish Score would do one more stateside race instead of doing everything in Baja, because, Score is
We were just talking to someone the other day at a SEMA event with a couple of the guys from Score were there, and they mentioned something along those lines.
They need to do something, whether it's just a Laughlin race.
Sweet, man.
Or like I used to race Laughlin. They used to have a Laughlin race.
That was awesome.
It's a great loop race, man.
For spectator standpoint, it was the best.
It was the best. Or a Prim.
Prim,
Vegas,
was
easy. That was awesome. That was a really easy.
Well, now they got the casino open now. It might be worthwhile to go back out there.
I know, but I don't know. It seems like. I don't know, but Roger owns Score, but Jose G runs it, and he's based out of Mexico, so I don't really.
So he's like, I'm not leaving Mexico. Why?
I don't think I ever really see it happening. Maybe all the Wedos that work for him want it to happen.
They want it to happen, but
I don't see it happening.
Him actually doing it.
If you go through, this is all I've heard, but if you go through the course goes through a rancher's property, depending on how many square feet or how many miles it was, they get $2,500 to $5,000. So,
dude,
I've noticed. Again, this is what I hear. All of the courses that we've gone through lately are usually related to Jose G.
Oh, okay.
So
That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
So he's making the money on that one.
I don't know. I just don't see it coming up here, but I really wish they would do one more stateside race to actually be a world desert championship.
See, exactly, because it would be.
We all just race in Baja. Let's get real.
It's just Baja. Yeah. Just Baja. No, for sure.
But now, though, if you come up here, though, I mean, some of the races, it's harder and harder with BLM.
It's super hard to run.
It's super hard to run. Would someone like yourself that's been racing for a long time be okay running a course where you make multiple laps?
Yeah, definitely. I don't mind that. Someone like my Uncle Clay, the older guys don't like doing that because their course just gets so torn up.
Oh, yeah.
Braking bumps are just so gnarly. Like at Laughlin, the braking bumps
so bad.
Day 2 are just gnarly. Yeah, it's intense. But I don't mind it. I like I said, like a Prim or a Laughlin, that would be so cool if they would bring.
It would be awesome.
One more race up here.
Yeah.
That would be cool. And I think if they would just, I don't know, I think a lot of people just butt heads. I think of like how Hammers has collaborated with a lot of people.
Dude, it's awesome.
Hammers is the biggest stateside race now.
It is. Hands down, dude. There's no competition.
Bottom line.
Not even close.
Not even close.
You know?
Dude, it's almost a 3-weekend event now.
Yeah,
with
the bikes last weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, short course.
Even just the desert race alone, like just desert-wise, it's the biggest desert race stateside now. There's no more Parker. I mean, there's Vegas to Reno, but not everybody goes to Vegas to Reno because they can't afford to drive up or take the time off of work to drive up to there.
It's a mission for sure.
Drive back down. Yeah. I mean,
you're gone a week at that point.
Can you pre-run Vegas to Reno?
Nope.
No pre-running. And that's the other deterrent a lot of people. Yeah. You know, and they're like, I can't pre-run.
Yeah, I want to pre-run.
You know,
that's part of it, kind of, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So
I mean, you guys spend more time pre-running than you do racing down there.
Definitely. Pre-running, like down in Baja, pre-running is 80% of the race.
It's probably the most fun, too. I mean, obviously racing is awesome, but it's going to be so much fun.
Totally the most fun. Like you said, where am I thinking about hanging out? I can't wait to just go pre-run and chase my son down there.
Exactly.
For those days, definitely. Man.
Well, it's like Steve Menzies, dude. He got his own pre-runner to go pre-run with Bryce.
In the chopper.
Exactly. Take the chopper down, dude.
Can't wait.
Insane, man. Awesome. You guys get a chopper yet?
My grandpa bought one.
Did he? Cool.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, he bought a Bell 407. So,
nice.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's been a game changer as far as racing.
For sure.
Pre-running.
Yeah.
Oh, I can only imagine, right?
Like usually when we would have to go, or when I would go pre-run, it would be like, okay, go do one. Okay, I found maybe this line, that line, this line. Second day try. Now it's like, he's cruising. He'll go like a half a mile in front of me, and then come back. He'll be like, all right, right here, check out left, and then we'll check it out.
Dude, crazy.
Like, all right, was that good? Wow. Was this good? Yeah, it's good. It's good. Not good. You know, figure it out.
That's badass. But that's what you have to be on the level now, dude.
Have to.
That's the only thing that's gonna work.
You have to. It's intense. And I was telling people, they're like, oh, you're saying the quiet part. I'm like, I don't care, dude. It's intense how budget-wise, you kind of have to have some of these tools to be at the top, man.
Well, if you ever need someone to sit in one of the seats just to kind of balance the helicopter out, I'll jump in for you.
Well, and safety rise, the biggest thing was, one, my grandfather, he's mobility-wise, he's getting a little less and less, so that's why we got it for him. And then two,
if something happens to you,
in 2020, my Uncle Clay got his truck caught on fire and he got burned up pretty.
No shit,
good.
Man.
Yeah, really good. He had to have a few skin grafts on the back of his knee, his foot, and I think his shoulder or something like that. So after that, he definitely had a big scare, and the McMillans thanked them. Yeah. Thankfully, they flew him straight to the burn unit, straight from San Felipe. Yeah, they really helped us out with that. And then after that, he really started.
Yeah, he's like, all right, we got to figure this out.
So now we have a full-time medic in the helicopter.
Dude, that's awesome. And that something happens. They land, they get you, put you in.
Yeah, straight over the border.
Truck, we're out.
Straight over the border. Yes, exactly.
Insane,
man.
Exactly.
But again, it's crazy the tools that you kind of need to run up front.
Absolutely. Now, I'm curious, so since you guys were in a personal helicopter, did they fly straight to the airport in San Diego, and then someone picked them up from there, like an ambulance?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they flew into San Diego, and they radioed, let them know, hey, we need somebody to go straight to the burn unit, and I think they put an ambulance in.
That's crazy,
and he went straight to the burn. San Diego,
the
University burn unit, which is like the best place for him to go.
Dude, it's supposed to be the best place in the world.
We're in forever debt to them. Yeah. They're super good people.
That's awesome, man.
Well, but that's what it's about. You hear a lot of stories about that from race teams.
Yeah.
A lot of teams have kind of stepped up to get people out of Mexico that were
definitely
injured.
Yeah, definitely. It's
it's kind of like an unwritten law.
It becomes a bonding unit definitely down there. When you're obviously race day is different, but everything leading up to race day, like if someone's stuck or whatever, like everybody's usually willing to help out one way or another, because usually you're going to get it back race day and in a good form. That's usually
karma.
the thought. Yeah, good karma.
Good karma, man.
Exactly.
So your son's 7, and obviously you've lived a life, and as we get older as a parent, you kind of look back on things maybe we coulda, woulda, shoulda, maybe wanted to do. What would his racing career look like?
I haven't pushed him yet. I put him in a go-kart at like 4, which was probably a little too young, and he liked it, but it wasn't just, I think just motor skills wise, it just wasn't all there yet. Yeah. So I haven't pushed him too far on it yet, and I think next year I'm going to just start him in a 170, just get him going at the regular, work series and stuff like that.
Have fun with it.
But he's lately now like driving in the yard and stuff. He's really taken more of a liking to it.
That's cool.
Yeah, and he loves being at the races, and now it's just like another day to him, like to be at the races or at Tech. We were at the Score Awards the other night, and it was
normal.
It was just normal. Yeah,
but it is, man. He's been around his whole life, dude.
Yeah, he doesn't know any different.
He doesn't know any different. I know. It's crazy to think because I don't know any different because my dad used to race, my brother used to race.
Same thing.
All I've known in my life is tortilla machines and racing, and that's probably all he'll know. His life is tortilla machines and racing too. So.
I mean, all I know is racing and exhaust.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. I mean, all I know. Exactly. My whole life.
Exactly.
Same with my son.
Yeah.
I put him in a go-kart when he was 4 too.
Yeah.
But then I forced him to continue doing it.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
he raced go-karts, his whole life until we just started racing off-road too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, your UTVs or what?
He was racing a UTV, so we just sold it.
For sure.
And so now we were kind of thinking we were going to hang up the wheel, kind of, he's 17. And then we just sold his race car, and I didn't realize how much it was going to affect me. Not that I really even committed to like not racing.
Yeah, for sure.
But just the thought was kind of there.
You can't
just go have something to go do.
I got kind of emotional about
for sure.
it. Like it really kind of bothered me. I was like,
sure.
I didn't know what to do. So one thing I've learned from this experience is that we'll still be racing. I just don't know what yet.
Yeah,
like,
no,
it's
definitely.
You'll be racing again.
I either go back to go. I love go-karts. Go-karts are fun. It's super competitive, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's intense, but what I like about go-karts is there's no shocks. There's no like.
Oh yeah,
they're just so simple.
Prep is so easy.
And usually, like if you're like racing on the top level, they only use a chassis for like 2 races, and they get rid of it.
It's insane.
Yeah,
and they get a new chassis
so
and throw all
yeah,
parts
exactly.
over. It's crazy.
Well, and then what the hard part though for me with go-karts is I was used to racing off-road when I was younger, and you spend all your time tuning the shocks, right?
Yeah.
And then when you go to the go-karts, there's no shocks, and now you're tuning the weight, the seat position, the caster, the camber, the width.
No, it's intense.
Like all of a sudden, there's a ton of variables, and you're like, "Holy shit!" I don't know
That's
what
where
to
I
do.
go into a Rev and Drive program.
Yeah.
Like a buddy of mine, Seth Nash from Nash Motorsports.
yeah.
They have a huge
Seth?
program.
Yeah, they're good people. I hook up with them anytime I need
Just show
something.
up and
I'm
go
like,
race.
hey, dude, I want to come to a track day. He's like, all right, bring me your card. I'll have it set up. And
So
I just
rad.
said, dude.
Yeah, I know they had, what birthday was that you guys did at Adams?
Yeah, we had a go-kart birthday. Yeah,
his fifth birthday party. Yeah, his 5th birthday party. It was cool, man.
Adams Go-Kart.
They all had their carts out there. They're all motoring around. It was awesome.
Troy's a good dude.
Troy is a really good dude.
He's a good dude, especially with kids, definitely.
Yeah.
He's done a huge part. Well, so when we started, that was like Chance's first class we went to was with Troy. I mean, so we're going, 17 years ago, or 15 or somewhere around there. And he was still really big on kids then and driver development and teaching them. And he's not like he's not trying to be their friends.
No,
he pushes the kids, tells them what it is.
Definitely.
Like if you're gonna do this, it's amazing for anyone that wants to get it. I mean, you should really go visit Troy.
No, definitely. I say that to anybody. A friend of mine actually is like, hey, I want to get my son in a car. I'm like, dude, you got to call Troy. You got to call Troy. I was like, hey, but listen, if he's like soft, Troy will bring it out in him. Right? But it's good. It's great.
That's what you need as a coach. You can't have a soft coach.
No, he's a great, not driver coach, life coach. Like for
kids.
100%.
Well, and he's done that for a lot of drivers too, at higher ages now. I mean, he's
drivers.
really, and he was a racer himself, and he did well, and some NASCAR stuff, and
now he's super busy because Cal Speed closed. So he's like the only track in SoCal right now.
Wow.
So I heard that K1 track.
It's bitching.
I heard they have arrive and drives with electric carts that are doing about $120.
They're going to. Supposedly they're going to.
At K1?
No, so K1 built an outdoor track.
Really?
Yeah.
Where at?
Out in Menifee.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. So and it's going to be like
like
Cal
a real
Speed.
yeah.
It's going to be real where they're going to hold nationals and stuff like that. But they're going to have supposedly they're going to have really fast electric carts. I thought they were going to have gas carts, their own arrive and drive gas carts, but they're supposed to have really fast electric carts.
Like I heard 120 with more to go.
But I saw the layout in the track pit. It's cool.
It looks really awesome.
Dude,
and
that's rad.
That's what I told myself. Well, maybe we'll just go out there and play with some of those electric carts
That's
first. But
rad.
then, we already know. We'll go play with some electric carts, and then next thing you know, then we have all the chassis again.
Yep.
All the
you got three 3 carts on a rack like me right now with us.
Yeah.
I have an X30. I have 2 KAs. There's
really.
That's so sick, dude.
They're just sitting there.
But also it is good to get seat time while you're in off season or you're not racing right away.
It is super good.
Well, go-karts are hard as shit.
They're hard, man. Like on the upper body, it's gnarly.
And then the sides. I mean, you wear rib protectors not because of a wreck, because you'll break ribs going through turns. Like, because there's so many G's. Like your ribs will be bruised if you don't have them.
It is.
Dude, a ton of these people that race karts or like practicing karts or went to Troy's, they're now professional race car drivers in NASCAR. Like Haley Deegan, all these guys went through Troy and they all raced with them and got trained by him. So it's really cool where these people have come from.
The karts are where
the scariest part for being in a cart is getting used to the cart, because you really have to drive a cart aggressively, and if you kind of go in and hesitate into a turn, you're into a barrier.
They don't like to coast. You got to be on brake or gas.
One of the two. And that was always the biggest thing with my son. It's like there's one or the other.
One or the other.
You can't do both.
You can't coast. The chassis doesn't react.
It doesn't. To make it hike and rotate,
you have to drive it.
Yeah, you have to drive it.
And when you get it, it's just like, holy smokes. Like it's really rad.
Yeah, but it's good times.
That's dope. I need to get a big boy cart. I want to go play.
They're fun.
They're fun.
They're fun, dude. Dude, the 100cc's now are fun. You don't even need a shifter. Like they get after it.
The 100cc's are fast.
Yeah, they get after it. Yeah,
they do. Well, and they had like back when I had my car, it was a Tag, like 125, I think.
Yep.
Dude, they're freaking fast.
Yeah.
The thing is, you're close. The vibration, it feels fast. Like I mean, and then you're going around like, I am hauling ass. Like I'm gonna smoke everyone, and then some kid will just walk right by you, and you're like, how are you doing that?
Yep. It's intense. It is crazy. It's good fun though.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
So what's the future look like for Lawrence?
As far as Lawrence Motorsports, obviously order another truck. Just keep racing. We don't have any plans on stopping anytime soon. As long as the tortilla machines keep going out the door.
That's all matters.
You know what I mean? Obviously, that's not our only hobby. We've got a big family, a lot of hobbies, a lot of properties and whatnot. So, but racing will always be there. That's for sure.
Man.
So if you give someone like yourself comes into wants to start racing, what's one bit of advice you would give them?
I mean, obviously the biggest part is budget for anybody.
Mine is budget.
You know, I mean, whether you can find the budget, you got the budget, where it's mom and dad, grandma, grandpa, aunt, whatever, uncle, or go out there and try to find sponsors, you know, as much as you can. I was very fortunate to have a grandpa that was super into motorsports, so I didn't have to go out there and find sponsors, but did gain some from respect and just good finishes and stuff like that. But I also, like Brett was telling me the other day, he's like, hey man, even though if you're not like Menzies, Bryce, or overall you got 1 million YouTube views, whatever, he's like, you guys represent us well as far as from you, your team, the trucks, the chase trucks, you know, being down there in Mexico and not ever having any crazy drama or anything like that.
That's so true, man.
So it's just, I would say to people, like, just go in it with a humble attitude.
Be a good person.
Be a good person.
It's honestly that easy.
Is great advice.
Yeah.
Like, you know, most people try to go in and think they have to be something they're not, or live this lifestyle to compete with all of them. Definitely. And, you know, just be
I think
humble.
where a lot of people really, if they don't have the budget for it and they just, you know, they then will start working, find a motorsports shop that you can work for, start sweeping some floors, start running parts, this and that. Then maybe eventually you'll get in the right-hand seat and you'll co-drive for them. You show them you work hard and co-driving. Then, hey, you know, on an off race, maybe they'll throw you in the driver's seat when they need a third driver.
Yeah, I would suggest applying at Lawrence Equipment and Banning, because that's where his race shop is. That's where he is. And you want to get you're gonna get closer to that right seat. Starting there.
And this is actually a good time right now going into the season. I just saw Mason post there looking for fabricators right now. A lot of people change around. Yeah. Right, Christmas.
Dude, it's fun. They all jump around.
They all jump around. You know what I mean? So everybody's hiring right now.
Fabricators.
Fabricators are a different bunch, but I'm just saying.
But it doesn't matter. Even going pushing brooms and meeting different drivers and just figuring it out.
I know the Herbst guys are always looking for people down there in Huntington Beach. So
always, man. Their shop is sick.
Yes,
the shop is so sick. I heard they sold their shop.
They did sell the shop,
and they're renting it.
No, they're renting it out. They're leasing it.
Leasing it from them.
Yeah,
so great. They sold it when I was at a high.
Yeah.
But they have so much property, man.
I know. I think they really wanted to kind of. They wanted to, I think Herbst, the family wanted to move everything to Vegas. But Herb Smith Fab is a different entity. It is part of Herbst, obviously, but it is Mike Smith and Todd as well. So, and they don't want to go to Vegas.
Yeah, they want to stay in Orange County.
They want to stay in Orange County.
That's such a prime spot, man.
Well, so, I think the Herbsts are one of the largest landowners in Nevada, too, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think they are.
Yeah, I remember that.
And they got a nice shop hangar up in the airport somewhere up there in Vegas. So I think they're thinking about moving the race shop up there and then maybe just keeping the Fab building trucks down here. Yeah. But now it just seems like they're just
keeping it.
They're just leasing that place.
You mentioned Todd. Is it Big Red?
Big Red.
Okay.
Big Red.
Wow, he's been there since we were kids.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep. He's a good, solid dude.
I remember being at the Laughlin Leap, and we were in one of the Herbst's red pre-runners, ripping around out of, maybe it was the Colorado Bell or something stupid at that time, and it was just like the greatest thing ever, because I thought the pre-runners were so sick, just the old, K1500 ones and the I-beams.
They still have them.
Do they can't get rid of them. I mean, those, like, because of those pre-runners and like those moments, like, I think we've talked about it before. Before I'd ever go buy a supercar, that's what I would have in my garage first.
For sure, no doubt.
No, definitely. Yeah, they still have those. They put them in the stores and stuff like that. But they're like us. They just they built new trucks and they just pre-run their old trucks now.
It's perfect. And then they take that and they put them in the stores after that. So
exactly.
Just go down the line. We went to their I was up for Vegas to Reno. They did qualifying. I was shooting with Jason Coleman, and he has one of their 6100s. Yep. And we went to one of their shops, which was crazy. It's right by the it's legit in a parking lot of one of the gas stations. It's one of their big shops. It's a storage shop. And they had like their boats in there and everything. They have all their old school stuff in there still. I was like, dude, it's so crazy. Remember the 40-foot Howlet that they built forever ago?
Oh, yeah.
Bright red one? That's in there just sitting there like, dude, it's so rad.
Yeah, they have some of their old short course stuff there too.
Yeah, they had some of the old short course stuff there. It was a really cool video. They're like, wow, this is so iconic, man. They're good people, dude.
Super good people.
They're such good people. You would never know, like, talking to them, you would never know that.
We just spent a lot of time out in Glamis with them and stuff.
If anybody's looking for spec trucks, it's the way I would go for sure.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. I mean, trophy truck if you can't afford an all-wheel drive truck, but it seems like everybody's ordering spec trucks.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, dude, spec trucks is insane right now.
It's epic, man. Well, dude,
it's exciting, man.
Thanks for coming down.
Thank you for chatting. This was so much insight on everything, from racing to tortillas.
So the tortillas you brought, are they in the truck?
I don't have any right now.
It's fine. We'll go down the street. They're right down the street.
They're right down the street, exactly.
No, this is awesome. For more information on Lawrence Equipment, what's your guys' website?
Just lawrenceequipment.com.
Cool, easy, basic. Yep. And then race team is Instagram.
Yeah, Lawrence Motorsports. Yeah, Instagram. Cool. That's pretty much all I got.
Yeah, but if you guys want to keep up with them on that, they post all their race stuff on there. They always have cool videos and cool photos, and it's interesting.
You want to call out all your sponsors before we go?
Yeah, just obviously Lawrence Equipment, because they pay for majority of everything, and Brett at King, Herb Smith Fab, all the guys over there, they really helped me out. Pat and Racing Engines, and then Kyler over at Rancho Drivetrain. He does a lot of the automatic transmissions for everybody.
Rad.
TubeWorks, they do our underdrives and our rear ends, and and of course BFG. They're I did fairly well this year, so hopefully I get a little bit more of a discount this year. I'm not holding my breath, but they're the best tires in the world. It's
hard, man.
You got Haas.
Got Haas too. And Haas. Yep.
And there was one other
tortilla
one,
chips.
the tortilla.
Oh, at El Camal.
El Camal.
Yeah,
dude. Honestly, their chips are so bomb, and their tortillas are really good too.
They're good.
Yeah. So I haven't roused up the street up here.
His new sponsor, Lambo and Leroy.
I want to sticker this big somewhere on the truck. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic got to say. I got them picking up the pieces.